All right, so Manchester United 2, Sheriff nil. So what I want to do in this video is I want to recap the game for you, but most importantly, I want to explain, and what I think is going to make this show unique, is I want to explain what new soccer players or soccer players of any experience level can learn from watching this game and from any professional game. And you have to forgive me because I am still experiencing the effects of the concussion that I experienced playing soccer on Monday night. So I'm still a little out of it, especially after watching and talking about that game for the past 2 hours. So you'll need to bear with me. But big points that I want to cover. I've been watching Manchester United for a long time, and I can see positive signs. There's big positives. One, it's positive to win. Obviously, winning is always huge. So if you win the game, that's positive, especially because we lost the first game in the group stage already to Real Sociedad at home. So we won the game. That's obviously the biggest and most important thing. We didn't concede. Point number 2 is our defense is continuing to look excellent. We didn't concede like hardly any dangerous chances. We conceded a lot of shots. I mean, I would say we conceded like maybe 10 or 11 shots. In fact, I do want to look at the stats here. So we conceded 11 shots, but only 2 on target. And really, I'm really not very concerned about that because they just didn't look like they were very likely to score. And under the previous manager, with the previous defense, we were conceding a lot of dangerous opportunities. The opposition would generally have a lot of shots on target, and they only had 2 shots on target. And from what I remember, the free kick at the very end that went straight at De Gea, and then I think there was another opportunity that went straight at De Gea as well. There was never one time where they had a shot at goal where I thought they were going to score. And you can't say that very much about last season or previous Manchester United teams. So huge improvement. That's definitely the biggest positive of the season so far is our defense, and that was definitely shown in this game today. Now, what can you, as a soccer player, learn, soccer fan? What can you learn from that to improve your game? I would say the biggest thing is it starts with defense. It starts with a solid defense. It starts with a great team starts with good defense. Championships are built on good defense, and Ten Hag has gotten that right straight off the bat. He's went and bought 2 defenders. He bought Malacia, he bought Martinez, and they both have come in and they've both been really aggressive. Malacia is a great contributor going forward. He's also solid at the back. Martinez he won Player of the Month last season, and there's no surprise why. He's so good. There was a counterattack during one stage of the game, and he just timed the tackle perfectly, won back the ball. I don't think we won back the ball right away, but he stopped the counterattack, and it gave our teammates a chance to get back and get behind the ball. Seriously, great defense. What can you learn from it as a player? Really, I mean, if you can defend well, if you can improve the defensive side of your game as a player, as a team, then you're going to go far. There's no doubt about that. And if you don't concede goals, you're not going to lose. It's just that simple. I would say other positives are Ronaldo getting on the score sheet. That's huge. He was our leading goal scorer last season. Getting him on the score sheet is going to be a big positive. Ronaldo, this was his best game of the season. I mean, he dropped deep. He got involved with the play. In the second half, he looked more when he dropped back, when he dropped deep, it was more helpful than it was in the first half. He just looked like he had a good attitude. Just like I said, he got involved in the link-up play, scored the goal, had some shots on target, on goal as well. So good game from Ronaldo, or at least an improvement from his other games. hoping he can kick on now and we can create more opportunities for him and start to see him score some goals, because we're going to need him to contribute this year, definitely. I would say other positives: Sancho continuing his great goal scoring form so far this year. Definite positive to see that. I would say really like to see Sancho. I mean, him and Bruno drifted over to the left-hand side a lot this game, and I think that helps Sancho a lot. When Bruno plays close to him, I would say other positives is Casemiro. His second half substitution is exactly what I predicted. Take out McTominay, put Casemiro in there, and we're going to get a hold of that midfield. In the first half, it wasn't like that at all. McTominay was in there, and we didn't win the midfield battle. The possession stats were decent in the first half, 65% possession, but when Casemiro came in there, it was a totally different game. I mean, we had our center backs, we had so much more territory, and we controlled the game much better, and it was just, we had possession near the top of their box a lot more. We got into their box. We had a lot more touches in their box. We still lacked that cutting final chance creation. As you can see, we only had 8 shots and 4 on target. But in the second half, with Casemiro, we had more possession, more sustained possession in their half of the field, closer to their box, in their box. But ultimately, we were let down by our chance creation. And I think the next phase, the things that Manchester United needs to do next is to get Casemiro embedded in this team. He needs to play every game. He needs to start. He needs to play the full game. He needs to play with Eriksen in that midfield. And what we're going to see from then is that midfield, just more stability. We've seen stability in our defense. Now we need to see stability in our midfield. We're just calm, controlled possession in that midfield area, protecting that defense. And I think what you're going to see from there is we're going to see Eriksen get released more. You're going to see Eriksen spraying better passes into our front four of Bruno, Antony, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, Martial. You're going to see better passes into those front players if you see Casemiro playing more. You're going to see Eriksen be able to do that. Casemiro can also distribute the ball well himself directly into the attacking players. But, I think the next step is to get that midfield solidified. You got to get Casemiro in there more often. And I think Ten Hag bringing that second half substitution, I think Ten Hag finally saw that necessity by bringing Casemiro on at halftime. Ten Hag doesn't do a lot of halftime substitutions. So it was positive. That was a positive change. Though we didn't score a goal, to me, I saw a definite improvement in our performance. But our attacking players, though we had more territory, more possession, closer to their goal, our attacking players aren't used to getting a lot of great service, and they're not used to getting a lot of great service from the midfield, and they're not used to combining well with each other. So you get that midfield sorted out, you get that midfield solidified, and distributing good passes into the attacking players, and I think then you're going to see better chance creation, better shots, more high probability shots than we have seen in the second half. Also, we need to get more balls into the box, more crosses. We don't cross a whole lot. I haven't seen Malacia, though I like Malacia. I haven't seen him put a lot of dangerous crosses into the box. Dallo has been our best crosser so far this season. I didn't get to see hardly any crosses from him in this game. Christian Eriksen, I like to see him and Bruno. They do put good balls into the box, but they're typically from a more central position, which is difficult for a player like Ronaldo to get onto. You like to see those wider crosses come in. So I would say that's a definite thing we need to improve on, is putting crosses into the box. Because if you play Ronaldo, that's what he thrives on at his age. He's almost 38 years old, but he still has that ability to get up and attack the ball in the air really well. But we gotta put those balls out of the box for him, and we just don't do that a whole lot. So we gotta improve that if we want to continue to get a lot out of Ronaldo. I would say that is a lot of the thoughts that I have. Overall positive. I just think if we want to continue to improve, it's always important to look at the game and reflect on what you did well, what you can improve on, and because you're going to have tougher opponents that are going to come up. In this tournament, in this group, we have to go away to Sociedad. I'd like to see us win that game and win the group. And then, of course, we go back to the Premier League. We have other competitions, tougher opponents. We need to keep building on our performances. We need to keep learning from every performance, and we need to build on our performances. But there's positives from today, and I'd say we're building. We're building. We're improving, and there's lots of positives, lots of things to continue to grow on. I think Ten Hag has got an idea about how he wants to play, and I think we saw a lot of that in the second half. I think we have a lot to build on. So excited about that, and excited about it. I would say, thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button if you want to see more videos, more watch-alongs. And to my soccer players out there, I would say, my hope is that when you watch these watch-alongs that I am able to teach you something, and that you can apply it when you're watching soccer. You can increase your soccer IQ. It can, you become more of a student of the game. When you're watching the game, you can see and understand more about what's happening, and you can apply it to your game. So when you go out to the field, you can remember what you saw these players do, the positions they take up, why they drift into certain positions, why they do what they do. And my hope is that by watching these watch-alongs with me, that you can learn something and apply it and become a better player. So that's what my hope is to be unique about these videos, and I hope that you enjoy them. Please let me know what you think, and thanks so much for watching. My hope is that next Manchester United game we'll be here doing the same thing. But I want to hear from you. If you want more of these videos, want more of this content, please let me know so that I can continue making these types of videos for you. So, hey, thanks so much for watching.